She was the largest ship ever built.
And yet her maiden voyage would be her last.
After RMS Titanic struck an iceberg, over 1,500 men, women and children drowned,
sending shockwaves around the world and stemming a debate that still rages today.
Why did she steam at full speed toward an iceberg?
And why did a supposedly unsinkable ship sink so suddenly?
Many films followed based on that event.
But who were the people that perished?
A musical is now touring the country, capturing the stories of those aboard.
This musical is here this week.
I'm Belinda Scandal.
And I'm Michelle Eagleton.
And
this is Your Manchester.
Welcome.
Yes, tonight we come to you from the launch of the musical Titanic, written by Mara Yeston and with a book by Peter Stone. Collectively, it's won Oscars, it's won Tonys, Emmys, and the all-important Olivier.
I have to say, I'm so excited. This boat really did change my life. In fact, when I was living abroad, I bumped into a psychic and he told me there was actually a third-class passenger called Henri from Belgium. Now, whether that's true or not, I guess we will never know. It did, however, strike a long-lasting fascination with the Titanic.
Wow. I never knew that about you. Oh. Well, the film came out in 1997 and it's still being screened today. So we're going to find out what this latest incarnation has to offer by speaking to the cast who met our Dan a little bit earlier. And we're also going backstage.
Do I need my wellies?
No. You're never, ever going to sink, are you, Belinda?
Well, that's what they said about the Titanic, don't forget.
Right, well...
I wonder what exercise they did aboard the Titanic.
You know, that is a really good question, but the only person who can answer that question is our titters. Tell us more.
On behalf of Captain Edward John Smith and his crew, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our Your Manchester passengers and wish a pleasant and memorable journey on our Titanic maiden journey to New York City. As Chief Sports and Leisure Officer, may I let you know that me and my staff are here to help and assist in creating a most special experience. I will now guide you through our extended list of available sports and leisure activities designed for your well-being and entertainment. For our first-class Your Manchester passengers wanting to keep off a few pounds, we offer first-class exercise facilities. For the fee of 50 cents per match, an invigorating game of squash can be played in our resplendent 20 feet by 30 feet squash court. The court may be outfitted with a net to create a small tennis court for those of you who like a little knock-up. Our luxurious, nearly 6 feet deep, heated saltwater swimming pool can be used for either swimming workouts or as a spa for relaxation. In the state-of-the-art gymnasium, we can arrange workout routines under the supervision of your very own personal trainer. We have stationary bicycling, weight training, boxing, rowing, and a motorized electric camel to simulate riding action as if you were riding the actual beast. For relaxation, we have first-class smoking room where you can hold conversations about politics and art. Some may care to take a wager on the speed of the ship may travel on any particular day. Should for any reason you wish to watch our second-class passengers at play, you may find them playing deck games such as shuffleboard and ring toss, or chess and backgammon. The second-class library is not merely available for reading, it is also a place to socialise. Beautifully fitted with armchairs, small writing and card tables, writing bureaus, with the well-stocked library in glass case shelving along one wall. As for the third-class passengers, well, we leave them to make their own entertainment. This has been Able Seaman Titters for your Manchester. Oh, gin and tonic? Yes, please. Easy on the ice.
You see, I could have swam. In the pool, I mean.
Oh, yeah, you could have done. I mean, there was loads to do. I just think the amount of food on board, well, wouldn't have done you much good, would it? Anyway, not long now until we get to the red carpet to meet the celebrities.
I know, I'm so excited. But before we speak to them, let's get all the gossip from our Hales.
Hiya, I'm Hayley, and this week we're doing all about the Titanic. Now, there were 15,000 bottles of beer on the Titanic and 10,000 bottles of wine. And the cost of a first class ticket was actually £79,000. Now, I'm not sure why I'm dressed like this, because I can tell you now, I would never be top deck. I would be always down the bottom deck, scrubbing those floors. But there you go, dramatic licence tonight. Now, after being told that the ship was sinking, Benjamin, he changed into his evening wear. And he said, "We've dressed our best and are prepared to go down like gentlemen." And he was last spotted on a deck chair with a cigar and a glass of brandy. Now, Dorothy Gibson, she starred in a film called Saved from the Titanic. This was released just 1 month after the original sinking. She is famous for wearing the same clothes and shoes in the film as she'd worn during the actual sinking. Now, another survivor, Lawrence Beasley, he tried to crash the filming of the 1958 film A Night to Remember because he wanted to symbolically go down with the ship. The director, of course, refused because it would have been a union violation and could have halted filming. Now, this is a bit of a weird one for me, this, because obviously it's one of the most iconic disasters ever. But it appears that some Twitter users didn't know it was real. One said, "Is it bad that I didn't know the Titanic was real? I thought it was just a film." Now, on that note, that's it from me. But I have something a little bit special for you, because next week I shall be interviewing one of my very best friends, Simone Holmes, and we'll be chatting acting and Emmerdale. So I'll see you then. Bye!
1,527 people lost their lives in that cold, freezing night.
I find it hard to think what they must have been feeling like boarding that fantastic ship.
It was the biggest and it was the best of its time.
And then losing it all.
It was such a tragedy, and I do wonder if the cast of Titanic the musical think about that before the show.
Well, let's ask our Dan Westwood. He's in the dressing rooms right now.
And joining me now is one of the very actresses from the musical, Victoria Serra. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well.
Where should we start? So you're here this week.
Yes.
At the Lowry in Salford.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about the show, because it's a lot different from the movie.
Correct. It's
which
very
we need
different
to point
from the
out
film.
from the start.
We do.
There we are.
So there's no Jack and Rose. There's no
Right.
central characters. It is very much based on real people from the events. Maury Eston and Peter Stone have done an excellent job of having a huge cast, because we are
Yeah.
25 leads.
Wow.
Really,
Wow.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
So in that sense, we do have the epicness of the Titanic.
Yeah,
it was
the crowded,
huge.
yeah,
It was the
crowdedness,
largest
yeah.
moving object
Yeah.
in the world. So they've managed to retain that feeling, but also you can connect with every person. It absolutely sweeps you up. Maury Eston has managed to make music out of, what does it sound like when the ship takes off on her
The
maiden...
atmosphere for the audience,
Exactly.
as the audience.
It
as
really
well.
does. It's really triumphant.
And dramatic, I'm guessing.
Yes.
You're very dramatic. Going back to the
Very
story
emotional.
now, we'll tap on a bit of your character. So tell us,
Yes.
the people at home, who do you play in
I
in the
play
show?
Catherine McGowan.
Right.
She is a third-class Irish immigrant.
Right.
So there are 3 Kates on board. It's kind of a running joke that everyone
Right.
from Ireland is called Kate.
Right, got you.
It is a dramatisation. So the 3 Kates, their story, they're some of the only ones in the piece that it's a kind of a merge of lots of people's stories into
Yeah,
3
I'm
characters.
following, yeah, that's cool.
So Catherine McGowan herself, if you were to go away and research, is a little different to my story.
Right.
But it's because we've tried to embody many third-class women into just 3 characters.
Got you, yeah. And thank you for joining me, Victoria Sarah.
Thank you.
And if you've still got time, we're here Saturday the 12th here at the Lowry in Salford, Titanic the musical. So come along and grab a ticket now.
Well, thanks, Jan. It's time now to head over to the red carpet. And whilst we do this, let's check in with Lydia for a special
It's Not the News.
Hiya, my name's Lydia and you won't believe what's been going on. First, a menu from the first meal ever served aboard the Titanic has fetched £100,000 at auction. The lunch, including consommé, mirette, sweetbreads, gross, and spring lamb, was served to officers on the first day of sea trials on the 2nd of April 1912. It belonged to Second Officer Charles Lightoller, the most senior crew member to survive, who gave it to his wife as he left Southampton on 10th of April 1912. Auctioneer Alan Aldridge said it was one of the rarest menus in existence. It was sold to a British collector at the auction at Henry Aldridge and Son in Devizes, Wiltshire. A key to the doomed vessel's chart room sold to a collector from Texas for £78,000, while a drowned steward's badge found with the body of Thomas Mullen sold for £57,000. In more Titanic news, a 15-year-old Icelandic boy has built a 2-scale replica of the Titanic entirely from Lego. The young man originally used 56,000 bricks to make the 8-metre replica, but he says after the front part broke, we had to buy more, taking it to a total of around 65,000. Lego subsidised the build by giving the young man a discount on some of the bricks needed for the project. Brynjar Carl Bergerson, 15, who has autism, says building the world-beating 8-metre model gave him confidence. The Lego model of the Titanic has previously been displayed in Iceland, Sweden, Norway and Germany, and in a move that echoes the sinister plan of Lord Business in the plotline of the Lego movie, the teenager has glued the model together. 120 tubes of crazy glue were used, he said. Well, I'm Lydia, and this has been Not the News.
We could plan that holiday we've always wanted. Now that I've retired.
Oh, maybe could get round to doing the garden.
Or I could play a bit more golf. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. The savings we had, we used to pay for that holiday. I didn't know she'd be taken from me. I spoke to a few funeral directors, and the money they want for the type of funeral she wanted, I just don't have it. I'm getting asked about what type of flowers she wanted and what sort of music. It's all too much. What am I to do? I mean, she normally sorted all this sort of stuff out. She was lovely. She's the best of me. Can't believe she's gone. At least we had that one last lovely holiday. It's the holiday of a lifetime. Those memories will live on. Even though she's gone, I don't have to worry about anything. Luckily, Lillian took care of everything to do with the funeral, because she had a prepaid funeral plan from Felix Opus. They work in partnership with Capital Life Funeral Plans. She said she chose to go through Felix Opus because they offered her a £75 cash back offer, but also a large percentage of any profits they make go to a chosen charity.
Well, I've chosen this music, and I definitely want these flowers, because these are the ones we had in our wedding bouquet. Felix Opus is great, because they've given me the opportunity to pick the funeral I want, without any worries. Because if I left it up to you, God only knows what funeral I'd get.
Don't leave it to chance, and don't leave it too late. Get your funeral plan in place now by calling Felix Opus 03 33 9966 1446.
Hi, and welcome back to your weekly makeup fix. Today we're going to be talking about eyeshadows. So today I'll be talking about my favourite eyeshadow palettes, the brushes I use, and the techniques I'll be using to apply my eyeshadows. So my favourite eyeshadow palettes at the moment are the Morphe eyeshadow palettes. You can get them in various collections of eyeshadow shades. This one at the moment is the 35D palette, which is the dark and smoky eye palette. So you get a lot of shimmers, mattes, and satin finishes. The most popular one at the moment would be the 35O, and that's got all the autumn colours, so it's the oranges, browns, creams. Also, if you want a more cheaper alternative to those palettes, you can go to Candy Cosmetics. With your eyeshadows, you always want to apply a eyeshadow base, and my favourite at the moment is the P. Louise base. This you can get on her actual website, and the consistency of this is just amazing. It's thick, it's creamy. When applied onto your eyelid, it's tacky, so it grabs onto the pigments of those shadows really well. I'm just going to coat both sides of my flat concealer brush again. I'm just going to go in. So I'm going to use this to clean up my brow as well. And then I'll just coat my whole lid. Now I'm just going to grab a small buffing brush, and I'm just going to tap that product into the eye. You can buff if you want, but I've learnt tapping gives it a better payoff. Now I'm going to grab my big eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with the Revolution Pro palette, and I'm going to grab Daydream, which is this orange shadow here, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade. So you want to dunk it in, and once you have that product on, if you want you can tap. I'm not going to tap, so I'm just going to dump the product in the middle of the lid here, and it's going to go into the crease, and with just small circular motions, and you want to tickle the lid, and you're going to go in little circles. Just keep blending and buffing until you get the blend that you want. Now I'm going to go in with a smaller MSQ eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with Upper Hand, just this chocolate brown, and that's going to go right into my crease. And then going in with a smaller, more tapered eyeshadow brush, I'm going to go in with this maroon color here, and this you just want to focus in on that crease, and you also want to apply these shadows just slightly under each other so that then you get this nice gradient. And then with that small tapered brush, go in with that maroon, and just on the outer corner of that lid. And then again, you just line your borderline, add some lashes, and then finish off with the rest of your base.
I'll be coming back to you, darling. Back to your dark eyes and hair. Marry me when I return, darling. And until that day, my love, take care. Be thee well. May the Lord who watches all watch over thee. May God's heaven be your blanket as you softly sleep. Marry me when you're finally in my arms. You'll plainly see this devoted sailor's heart and soul are yours to keep.
Yours to keep. Every day from GMON, good morning old man, to GNON, good night old man. My telegraph sends its messages to ships at sea, sending out its dit-dit-da-dit-da-dit, dit-dit-da-dit-da-dit, dit-dit-da-dit-da. Shy, detached and sad, spent my days indoors, a homebound lad. Hardly spoke, few friends, I kept myself to myself, quite alone. Then I found Marconi's telegraph. It could span the planet's width by half, 50 yards, 2,000 miles, the same touch, the spark, sound, the tone, and the night was alive with 1,000 voices fighting to be heard, and each and every one of them connected to me, and my life came alive with 1,000 voices tapping out each word, like 1,000 people joined with a single heartbeat, tapping out our dit-dit-da-dit-da-dit, dit-dit-da-dit-da-dit, dit-dit-da-dit-da. Out our dit-dit-da-dit-da-dit,
marry me,
dit-dit-da-dit-da-dit,
marry me,
dit-dit-da-dit-da.
Signed, Fred.
We are fully joined by everybody. You're looking you smell gorgeous.
Thank you, so do you.
Thank you, yes. It's been a long day. Hi, I'm Belinda. Do I get a kiss? Thank you. Lovely.
You okay?
I am now.
Yeah.
Do you like Titanic?
Yeah, but I don't know how it ends. So don't tell me.
Oh, I bet you're almost guaranteed a sinking feeling. You enjoying it?
I'm just loving it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Got a show coming up in Manchester actually.
Yeah.
At the Lowry Theatre.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
A brand new musical called Closets. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh, we absolutely love the Hope Mill Theatre.
Isn't it
It's
beautiful?
just such a great intimate space as well. So when's that on?
So we open on the 11th of August and we close on the 23rd. It's very short as a run, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Well,
they've got to do it tomorrow though, haven't they?
I know. It's a lot of water.
What do you think about it being turned into a musical? Because obviously we've seen plays, we've seen movies.
Why not?
Why not? Be interested to see it. I've seen some pictures of the set and stuff. It looks amazing.
Just look good, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I'd be interested to see what it's like.
We're asking everybody today, would you be first class, second class or third class?
Oh, first class.
Would you?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Straight in the lifeboat, me.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Straight out of the way. And you're also doing the Village People weekend?
I am, yes.
Are you looking forward to that?
I can't wait.
It's always a good weekend, isn't it?
It's amazing, such a good cause.
Do you know what the dates are for that? I think it's next bank holiday, isn't it?
26. Yeah, I can't wait for that.
So you'll be there for that, and no doubt having a few drinks up and down Canal Street.
Yeah, so you are having a night out on your own in kind of night off, isn't it, really,
course,
tonight? And what about Titanic the musical?
I cannot wait for this.
Yeah?
I feel it's completely different to the actual spin of the film, but I'm really looking forward to see what they've actually done with it, because obviously it's such an incredible story anyway. So to hear other people's stories interpreted into the musical should be amazing.
And we are asking everybody today, if you were first, second or third class, which would you be?
Probably third.
Good lad.
Oh, bless him.
That's because you're Welsh.
Well, next week we're back in the studio and launching a very special part of the show that promises to get one of your Manchester hosts into summer shape.
Well, I wonder who that could be.
We're also talking boy glam makeup with our Jeffrey and dating apps with Dan. So we'll see you then.
Ta-ra, flowers!